in front. Like
One,
this?
one and go over the other.
Yeah, one is over the other.
Now we are going to start showing you how to set up the tea party. Just give them some details now. So you will likely want to opt for a ceramic plate to hold all your entrees and appetizers. Also, short, small, elegant teacups with gold accents and charming china iron, cast iron can really add a charming touch. You will also like to include various small plates for the guests to be able to put their foods on. You would Okay, can I just say the whole thing, please?
Sure. Wait, let me say the stuff about the entrees and appetizers. You can do the teacups and the tray and the frickin'.
No,
I'll
you
start.
you can do these. I'll do these. Okay, you start.
You'll likely want to opt for
That's what I'm gonna say, stupid.
You'll likely want to opt for a ceramic. Fine, you can say it.
Okay, go.
You'll likely want to opt for a ceramic tray to contain all your entrees and appetizers that you're going to be serving to your guests.
You will also like to use small, pretty teacups. These are imported from Europe for your tea party. And you would like to have little plates below them for the guests to keep their snacks.
Make sure you include a napkin as well, because it's always courtesy to think about your guests.
For your teapot, make sure it is set to hold the amount of tea that is going to be used for all the guests. Since it's just me and her, it's okay with using a small teapot. Okay, and then we're gonna do things to include in the for food. So since this is gonna be spring/summer
Soiree.
so the theme is gonna be spring summer soiree, seasonal soiree. Fuck.
Oh shit! That's scary.
The theme is gonna be seasonal soiree. So we're gonna say things like we're gonna use food that's in season, such as ripe fruits and berries. And then I'm gonna say, also, we're gonna include flowers that match the occasion, such as lilies, sunflowers, dandelions, etc. Okay? Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, start.
Since we are opting for a seasonal/spring soiree, we've decided to include food that is in season.
This is such as strawberries, peaches, watermelon, oranges, things that would be fresh.
Make sure you include flower arrangements that match the occasion. Since it is spring, we've decided to include tulips, lilies, and other flowers to match. Now, if you're going to do a summer-y bash, then you'll likely want to opt for roses, sunflowers, and maybe some gardenias occasionally.
Occasionally. Yes. Okay, now what do we do?
I have to look at the slides. What's on each one?
No, there wasn't anything. Okay, let's do tea party etiquette, like for passing stuff.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Etiquette for the tea party can vary. First, we're gonna talk about passing things. If the person to my left asked me to, for example, pass them the tea,
Andrea, may you pass me the tea?
of course, Avigna, I would not pass it directly to her. Because you never pass things directly to your left. So what you would do in this situation is, if there were people along the table, this might sound really stupid, but you would have to pass it around and they would go, because it's always to your right, never the left. But in this situation where it's only us two, I would either A, just pass her the tea, or B, I would pour it for her.
It's another etiquette thing.
You could do how you should never cross your legs, but how to sit. So you can't cross your legs, you can't man spread. You have to, if you either stand like this, or if you want to cross your legs, you have to when it goes. Okay.
A good way to also remember etiquette is sitting, especially, never mind. I don't want to say especially for girls. A good sitting position for people with 2 XX chromosomes. I'm sorry.
That's okay, it's okay, it's okay.
Okay, should I say that?
Sure, it's funny.
A good sitting position for people born biologically with 2 XX chromosomes would be sitting either like this, having one leg cross the other, and having your hands sit politely on your kneecap. What you don't want to do is spread.
That is very impolite, even for the gentleman.
Especially somebody with an XY chromosome.
For ladies, you can either sit straight and square, or you can neatly tuck one ankle behind or in front of the other and rest your hands gently upon your kneecaps. Okay, now let's start getting
Let's
Okay.
talk about language. Like
what to
use.
talk about.
Okay.
In a tea party, conversations may vary. You can talk about dainty things like the weather, what's going on in your daily life, the flower arrangements.
What you don't want to talk about is, for example, Andrea, I hate Donald Trump. He doesn't like women.
I hate women and they should not have rights.
No. That's
Definitely
what you don't
not.
want to do.
You do not talk about heavy things, politics, or anything of the sort.
Anything that has to do with the economy is the economy, society, or politics is very derogatory
No,
and vulgar.
Okay, now let's get into like this. Okay.
How to
Now
can I
let's get
pour?
into our actual tea party. Abigna, could you please pour me some tea?
Of course, Andrea. Shit, hold on.
Watch how she is carefully pouring the tea. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Would you like some honey with your tea?
I would love some, Andrea. See? Remember, always pass to your right. But in this case, we're 2 people, so we may indulge
Shut
in passing
up.
to the left. Okay. Ew, it is funny on the top. We probably look so sped for people hearing us.
At least we're pretty. That's not how you drink tea. You have to.
Oh yeah.
Thank you. Remember, ladies, when you're drinking tea,
Wait, do I have to hold it in my right hand? Is that like a rule?
remember, for your napkins, when you're not using it, neatly put it next to your plate.
There's different types of folds you can learn, but the most impressive is a 1/4-inch fold with 2 quadratic sides to express classicality and authenticity.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, wait, shush. Okay,
Shush.
always remember, pinkies up, ladies.
This is nice.
This is very nice. Now, let's look at the display of treats we have available. Always remember, ladies, if you're wearing gloves, never eat or drink with your gloves. What
You-
I just did was a mistake.
You want to take your gloves off politely and set them down next to your entrees or whatever plate is designated to you.
set them down neatly.
What I just said.
Eat. Wait, I forgot like forks and stuff. I would like
The
to
host
serve.
The host will likely have included a plate for you to set your tea on. These plates are meant for you to pick any entrees or appetizers that the host has included for yourself.
Now let's start.
It's on me.
It's a baby! That's
No, it's not yours.
Run!
You racist mother trucker. Yeah.
This is going in the bloopers. Okay, keep your position!
Oh yeah, the cross.
Okay.
Jesus, I'm joking. I think they're gone. I think they just decided to leave.
Move the honey!
Can you take it back inside, girl? I don't think we need it anymore. Okay.
have decided to pick a strawberry and may also indulge
skinny.
in a pineapple. I would like to choose the sandwich and a date. Make sure not to choke on your thing. Polite nibbles.
Something's up my butt. I feel something.
Oh my god, for you.
Never.
Never chew with your mouth open, ladies and gents. I'm screaming.
Why are we doing that?
We'll cut a lot of parts out and we'll take the audio off. What are we gonna teach next?
How to like say body, I guess, like how to just go your mouth. Include like a little party favor to show gratitude for coming. We'll just use like a fake something. Dang, she's wet. Wait, why the fuck is it so wet? Why are you so skinny? Go get some fruit. For 500 calories. We'll never beat them.
I have like 400 calories off for today. It was a Chick-fil-A.
Bro. You should see what I eat in a day.
My max for one day is 1,200.
Your mom. Isn't that how much you're supposed to eat a day? Like 2,000 calories?
I do 1,200. It's working.
Fuck my life. Go away, you dumb. Ugh! I did not. I touched it.
Brief intermission. I'd like to go in for seconds. With the stick I was provided with, I will serve myself fruit.
I can taste the former bugs that have landed on the strawberry. Okay.
You're just like,
My teeth! No! This stupid flower arrangement, bro. Ooh. Is it true that pineapple makes your coochie smell good?
Well, it's not small weather boy.
I'm asking for a friend.
This was gorgeous.
Mm-hmm. Would you care for the last pineapple, Andrea? See, that was an example of derogatory and vulgar symbolism. This is a gang sign which should not be used in day-to-day experiences. Now, since Andrea did not answer my question very honestly, I might indulge myself this one. So I get this first.
I want the dates.
Ew, ow, ow! It was burning my feet. I want to try an orange. No. What do I do with it, Andrea? I'll just leave it here. This orange better not fall. I don't think that was an orange. I think it was a clementine.
Could you please pass me more tea, Bigna?
Of course, Andrea. Now, in this case, since I am to Andrea's right, I may pass her the teacup, teapot. But to be more cordial and polite,
I want to pour it. I want to pour it.
Okay.
How to pour tea properly. You'll grab it. You will cover the top. And you pour.
Something's touching my butt.
Sorry, that was me. I was touching it. Pinkies up, ladies.
You better play some fancy George Washington music after this. What flavor might this be? What flavor might this be, good ma'am?
Pardon me.
What flavor might this be?
This tea flavor is actually one of my favorites. It is blueberry lemon green tea,
Is it pearl?
which is quite lovely because it gives you a nice boost in the evening. Because
Go, you dumb idiot.
in the mornings, a lot of caffeine can be very harmful on an empty stomach. So it is good to include your caffeinated teas later on in the day. So teas in the morning would be good, like chamomile or Earl Grey, not like green tea, milk teas, or black teas.
See, this is disrespectful. 2 seconds ago, Andrea was just indulging and using her vocal cords to carry and convey a message to you guys. She was talking in simpler words, and I got up to reach over to get a snack, which is exactly what she's doing, which could be known as very disrespectful to the person that is currently speaking, seeing as she just grabbed something.
Auntie.
Auntie! Auntie! Auntie, right? I can see. Hola! Hello, ma'am! She did not look back at me.
What the fuck going on?
When have you ever heard an Indian person curse?
Berta, what the fuck is
Going on?
I don't curse. them.
Interesting combination. I must try myself.
You should never do this. Things you should never do. If the chocolate is designated for the cookies, you should never mix the strawberries with the chocolate because that cross-contaminates.
Now, you may find it well to sprinkle some fruity flavors atop your very sugary dessert, like I have. But this is not etiquetteful.
This is not etiquetteful either. But that's too dang bad.
Those blueberries were bomb. Oh.
This is our last project together.
I'm not allowed to be sad until Friday.
There's a bug in
I made a pact with myself, and if I'm sad before Friday, I forgot what I have to do, but I'm not allowed to be sad until Friday. Skibidi toiletries. Laugh, mother trucker. Decorating your snacks with fruit is highly, highly conventional. And that's a beautiful, beautiful meaning to your snacks.
If you are ever eating something that may, if you are ever eating something and you need to contribute to a conversation, always do so by covering your mouth and talking. Because nobody wants to see the food that you are currently chewing in your mouth. Isn't that right, Big Now?
What she said.
Get more chocolate because there's gonna be too much. Ooh. My finger!
My finger! Look at that, Charissa.
This is what I mean by more chocolate, bro.
Oh. Might as well just dunk it all in there. Oh shit, I'm not trying to touch the chocolate. Let's get some more.
You never do that. We can do a what not to do section of all these.
Do not try to use leftover chocolate on your fingers to be on your lips as a lipstick.
Blackie doesn't even, you can't even tell.
Wait, for real? Can you actually not tell? That's crazy.
Ew, why is it not coming off?
Is it like all over my face?
Mhm.
Do I look like a peanut butter baby?
Never make someone laugh when they're drinking because they can choke.
Period to that. Amen. Sorry. It was just a bitter touch. This better be mine because I'm about to do something derogatory.
Say something really funny and then I'll spit my tea on the side and we'll go, never do that. Hold
Andrea!
on. Not yet. Let me put my tea in my mouth.
Andrea!
yeah, good air is labor.
Don't ever do that.
Those are some things you should never do with tea when it's served to you.
Spit on
Look, 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 look. My napkin. How are we such a mess, bro?
I think my face is like completely covered in chocolate.
I mean, that's what it's always looked like. Oh, I think you missed a spot.
Don't ever do that.
Dolce Leviosa.
Wingardium Leviosa. You fat bimbo, bro. Of course you have to drink all the tea. That was. Of course you did that.
What happened to it?
Put it on the table. Hot sauce! Spit on that thing. Now this is what you don't do, folks. Say derogatory things like hawk tulip. If she ain't gonna hawk to her, I ain't gonna talk to her. Hola, when life gives you
Shut up.
lemons, making lemonade. Oh. Stop. Also, something you don't want to do: waving to fellow pedestrians. You are too elegant, too chic, and too out of class for that. You must respect.
Especially if they're underage.
And always never man spread. You want a woman? Compress. Compress. This better be mine, because I'm gonna.
The fountain's mine.
Is this fat?
That's we ended off with good posture. We're ending off man spreading covered in chocolate.
Don't end up man
Tea
spreading
party.
covered in chocolate. This.
No, that's my European teacup. Put that down.
This is what you don't want to end off as. This.
That rabbit's been there since we started, bro. The
Maybe
same
it's
spot.
burrowing. This is how you want to end
that
up.
looks like pistachio.
This is how you
Pistachio, I love
Cross.
you, baby bunny.
must cross, mother, like Jesus style. Cross.
Yeah.
This is how you must end. This is how you must end. This is how you must end your tea party. This is how you must end your tea party by cross.
No,
This.
don't cross your legs.
Yacht.
Cross your ankles.
This.
Remember, always to cross at the ankle, never cross
If you are
the knee.
sitting at more of a lower angled table. Now, this is how you must end your tea party. Setting your cups down. Setting the teapot in a very, very formidable area. Collecting the flower arrangements if you are the host. Now, I'm a guest, so I'm not permitted to clean up. All I do is greet the host by giving a very sanctuated, authentically amazing and fancy bow. I get up by
Always
scooping my skirt down because it's very elegant of you. The bow. Thank you, Andrea, for inviting
This
me.
is a curtsy, you freaking
Oh.
stupid.
Then, if you are a man, you bow. Now, if you are a woman like me, you curtsy.
Let me show you the proper way to bow and curtsy. Remember, always get up, scrape your skirt down. If you are a man,
Don't wear flamingo boxers.
if you are a man, you will hinge at the hip. And if you are a lady, you will cross one leg behind the other and politely courtesy.
Thank you, Andrea, for inviting me to your humble ode.
Of course, Evigna. Thank you so much for coming. Let me walk you out the door.
Why am I leading you?
You really should let me walk you out the door. I said, yeah.
We can